24th question. The speed acquired by a free electron when accelerated from rest through a potential difference of 100 volt. We know energy in the presence of V potential is equal to QV, and which is equal to half mv square. This is also a kinetic energy. So in this question they are asking about the velocity of the electron. So V is equal to square root of 2qv divided by m, where q is the charge on the electron, m is the mass of the electron. So 1.6 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and V is 100 volt given in this question. Mass is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. When we solve these numbers, we get 6 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second velocity acquired by the electron in the presence of 100 volt potential. In 25th question, which one of the following is not affected by the presence of magnetic field? We know magnetic field is the field where another magnet experiences a force. A current carrying conductor also have magnetic field. A moving charge is also having magnetic field. A stationary charge is only having electric field. So a stationary charge is unaffected by the presence of magnetic field. So C is the right answer. In 26th question, 2 point charges plus 16q and minus 4q are located at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L. So this is 16q and this is minus 4q charge, and let us consider the location of the point on the x-axis at which the resultant electric field due to these charges is 0. Let us consider P is the point where electric field is equal to 0, and this 16q is at x is equal to 0, minus 4q is at x is equal to L, and let us consider this P point is x distance from the 16q charge, or x is equal to 0 charge. So we'll write the electric field at point P. We know the formula of electric field is equal to kq by r square, where q is the charge and r is the distance from the point to the charge. So EP is equal to, due to 16q charge, kq divided by r square. R is the distance, so x square plus k minus 4q divided by again the distance. The total distance is x and this is L, so this is x minus L to the whole square, and it is 0. So x is cancel out, q is again cancel out, so 16 divided by x square is equal to 4 divided by x minus L to the whole square. So 4 divided by 4, or we can rewrite this equation, 4 x minus L to the whole square is equal to x square. So x minus L to plus minus x. So here two options are there. One is plus x distance, one is minus x distance. So if we will take plus 2x minus L is equal to plus x, and if we choose minus, then is equal to minus. So 2x minus x is equal to 2L, x is equal to 2L, and 3x is equal to 2L, x is equal to 2L by 3. So in the option they gave x is equal to 2L as the right answer, so D is our right answer. In 27th question, an electric dipole of dipole moment 4 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb meter capped in a uniform electric field of 10 to the power minus 3 nano coulomb Newton per coulomb experience a torque 2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 8 Newton per meter, the angle which the dipole makes with the electric field. We know the torque formula, tau is equal to P cross E is equal to PE sine theta. In the question they are asking theta and other than everything. are given in the question. So dipole moment is 4 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 5. Electric field is 10 to the power minus 3, and torque is equal to 2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 8 and sine theta. So if we rearrange this equation, 10 to the power minus 8 and 2, 2. So sine theta is equal to 1 by 2. And we know theta is equal to 30 degree is the answer. So A is the right option. In 28th question, 3 identical charges are placed on x-axis from left to right. With adjacent charges is separated by a distance d. The magnitude of the force on the charge from its nearest neighbor charge is F. Let ik be the unit vector along x-axis. Then the net force on each charge from left to right is. 3 identical charges are placed on x-axis. Okay, so 1 charge, 2 charge and 3 charge, and they are identical, so let us assume they are plus q charges, and the separation between adjacent charges are same, d distance, and F is the force and F is the force. So they are asking the net force on each charge from left to right. So we'll write the force on this charge, then this charge, then this charge. We know force on this charge is equal to 0. We'll prove that. So force on first, second and third charge. So force on this charge are due to these two charges, and one force will be due to these two charges. So force is equal to KQQ divided by d square plus KQQ divided by 2d square. Is equal to k cube square by d square plus 1 by 4 kq square by d square is equal to 5 by 4 kq square by d square. But the direction, because force is a vector quantity, these two charges are same charges, so they repel each other. So the force on this charge due to this will be in this direction, and again the force on between these two charges will also be in this direction. So the force on left side charge will be in minus I cap direction. So we can write kq square d square 5 by 4 F minus I cap. Similarly, the force on the second charge will be F2. Let us see. So one force will be due to this charge, one force due to this charge. So this between these two charges repel each other. So the force due to these two charges will be in this direction. The force between these two charges will be in this direction. So both the forces cancel out. So the force on the middle charge will be 0. Force on the third charge. Force on the third charge is due to these two charges and these two charges. Again, the force between these two charges will be in this direction. Force between these two charges will also be in this direction, and this is I cap direction. So we can write KQQ divided by d square plus KQQ divided by 2d square is equal to 5 by 4 KQ square by d square I cap, because the force direction is in I cap direction. So from the option C is the right option. Minus 5 by 4 F I cap 0 and plus 5 by 4 F I cap. In 29th question, two students A and B calculate the charge flowing through a circuit. A concludes that 300 coulomb of charge flow in 1 minute. B concludes that 3.125 into 10 to the power 19 electron flow in 1 second. If the current measured in the circuit is 5 ampere, then the correct calculation done by which student? So student A, what student A did is that 300 coulomb. So Q is equal to 300 coulomb, flow for the time 1 minute, or you can say 60 second. So I is equal to Q by T is equal to 300 divided by 60 is equal to is equal to 5 ampere. So student A did the right calculation. Let us check what student B did. He said that 3.125 into 10 to the power 19 electrons. So number of electron who are flowing for 1 second is 3.125 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 electron. So the total charge is equal to Ne. So 3.125 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 10 to the power 19 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, which is equal to 5, and current I is equal to Q by T. For the student B, 5 coulomb is the charge and T time is 1 second, so it is equal to 5 ampere. So both the student A and B conclude the correct calculation. They did the correct calculation. So C is the right option. In 30th question, the resistance of two wires having same length, same area of cross section are 2 ohm and 8 ohm respectively. If the resistivity of 2 ohm wire is 2.65 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter, then the resistivity of 8 ohm wire is. We know resistance R is equal to rho L by A. They are having two wires are there, and both the wires are having same length and same area. This is first wire and this is second wire. So R1 by R2 is equal to rho 1 by rho 2. So they want us to calculate the resistivity of 8 ohm wire. So rho 2 is equal to R2 rho 1 divided by R1. So 2 ohm wire resistivity is 2.65 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 8, and R2 is equal to 8 ohm. 4, and when we multiplied, then we get 10.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. So option A is the right option. In 31st question, in a certain region, electric field, magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. An electron enters the region perpendicular to the direction of both electric and magnetic field, move undeflected. The speed of the electron is. If electric field is there, magnetic field is there, then the total force is equal to F is equal to Q E plus Q V cross B. And if the electron in the presence of electric field and magnetic field are undeflected, that means total force on that charge is equal to 0. So Q E plus Q V cross B is equal to 0. So E is equal to minus V cross B. So the speed magnitude V is equal to, And in the question they mentioned that velocity and magnetic field and electric field, they are mutually perpendicular to each other, so we can write VB. So velocity is equal to E divided by B. So C is the right option.